We got it.
Hello.
How are you, Han?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for all of our viewers tuning in. We love to see everyone come through and watch these. We'll give a few more minutes for those that are straggling in. I know today's been a busy day, so we'll give a few minutes and then we'll get started with it.
How's it going?
Typical Thursday, right? Busy
Yeah.
and staffing.
Super busy today.
The St. Louis office is doing construction, right? It's
Yeah,
renovating.
we are. I'm excited.
Good.
This room,
Good.
it looks nice, but it's actually getting renovated.
Hey, the background looks good as it is
Thanks.
right now. So that's all good. Yes. Thanks everyone for joining in. We can go ahead and get started, and our stragglers can definitely join as we go along. But thank you to everyone who has already joined. We're super excited about this upcoming Instagram Live. I am here with our guest, Hannah Dietrich. She is a part of our St. Louis financial office and has been with Beacon Hill since 2021. And I'm your host, Megan Callahan, on the campus recruiting team. So thanks so much for joining, everybody. Han, how are you feeling? You nervous? You excited?
Good. I'm excited.
Good. We're glad to have you. So, to kick us off, Hannah, we want to know all things St. Louis and your journey with staffing. So, how did you discover staffing?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Just so
Perfect. You're good.
I actually found staffing a little bit different than a lot of people did. I actually was in grad school in IO psychology, so I really liked the talent acquisition piece, so I started looking for recruiting jobs. It's fuzzy.
It's the renovation.
It's the
right in the St. Louis
renovation.
office. It's a nice office look. It is still a little bit fuzzy, Han.
What'd you say?
It is still a little bit fuzzy, but it's okay. We can still hear you.
It's still good?
Yeah, we can still hear you. The image is just a little blurrier, but you're still good.
Just continue that. Okay. But anyways, I really liked the talent acquisition piece of it. So I turn my Wi-Fi on.
Thanks, Emily Hoffner, for all the tips. Hannah's obviously on the financial side, not
That
the
worked better
side in St. Louis, but
yeah, I'm not on the tech side. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah, I actually found out about staffing a little bit differently. I really liked the talent acquisition piece in my grad school program, so I started applying for recruiter jobs. I didn't really know what I was applying for. And then I met Emily Hoffner, and she definitely introduced me to the staffing world, and I fell in love with her as well as Beacon Hill. So yeah, it wasn't really what I would say I was more looking for talent acquisition internal at first. And then I found this company and I just kind of fell in love with everything Beacon Hill's about. So I'm here now.
Amazing. And who doesn't fall in love, right? It's easy to sell Beacon Hill. I always say that, and that's one of the most amazing things. So, and I'm just kind of taking a gamble here. You applied to one of our staffing positions on our website via LinkedIn, correct? Oh, Hannah's frozen. You know what? Hannah, as we wait for her to come back, Hannah has been, you got it? Oh, you're back?
I'm back.
I was going to say, Hannah's been an awesome attribute to the career fairs too that we do. So she can speak on that some more as well. But just with her year and a half that she's been here, she has been a very influential recruiter as well as just keeping her team aligned. So Han, that's awesome. So glad. Who doesn't love Emily Hoffner as their recruiter when you're coming out of college too? Like, you can't get anything better. Moving on to that next question, Hannah, what is it like working in that St. Louis office? I think we're all dying to know.
Okay. Sorry. It's still cutting out. I turned the Wi-Fi back on. Am I blurry?
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. What is it like working in that St. Louis office?
Oh, okay. I love it. Our office is in a really central location in St. Louis, so there's a lot of things to walk to. Yeah, our office is pretty standard office, but I really like all my coworkers and everywhere we can walk to. So
Yeah. And did you grow up in St. Louis? Did you move to St. Louis? How did that transition go?
yeah, so I grew up in a suburb outside of St. Louis. St. Louis is pretty it's pretty easy to get around though. So even though I was in a suburb, I was really familiar with the city. And then I moved to the city about a year ago, and now I'm only like 10 minutes from the office. So it's been great.
Amazing. That's even the best. Get your steps in, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Hannah, speaking on the St. Louis office, what are some fun traditions that the St. Louis office is known for? Whether it's on the financial or combining the financial and the tech team that the St. Louis office does.
Okay, so I would say traditions wise, we're really competitive. So we do a lot of like a lot with sports. Like we did fantasy football, and I won. So just an FYI.
Yeah, no big deal.
And yeah, we do a lot of competitions within our office, which makes it fun and entertaining. And then another tradition we do every year before the holiday party, as our fourth quarter outing, we go to the same restaurant and we connect with the Nashville team since we're in the same division, and it's a fun time. So those are the traditions that come to mind.
So cool. So word of advice, if you don't like that sports or competitiveness, like don't go to St. Louis.
Yeah,
right. Pick another
We're really
office.
competitive. We're really
Yes.
competitive.
I love it. I love it. So what does the location, I know you kind of touched on this with being in walking distance from St. Louis, but what does the St. Louis location have to offer for those maybe who are coming in from a different city?
Yeah, St. Louis, I would say I've lived other places before. One thing about St. Louis that I love is that everything is pretty accessible easily. And it's pretty cheap to live here and afford to live here. And then also I love to travel. So I really like that it's cheaper to live here so I can, spend my money on traveling and going other places, which I love. So
yeah, especially places warmer than Minneapolis, where I am in St. Louis. Like, yeah,
it's
I'm
cold
over
right now. It's cold, unfortunately.
But. Yeah. We manage. We're used to it.
Right.
On that topic too, renovations, right? St. Louis office is getting totally vamped up into a new office. What is that office going to look like? Do you know?
So we've done a little bit so far. It's mostly the tech side. The tech side has gotten a full renovation. And ours, we're doing like a lot of the meeting rooms, and then we're adding, because we're competitive, we're adding a bunch of we're adding some basketball hoops and a putting green. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what that'll look like, but
hey,
I'm excited.
I kind of just want to go to St. Louis for that.
Yeah.
I want to come to St. Louis.
Hey, you're always welcome.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. Well, I know we kind of touched on St. Louis having both the financial and technology divisions that sit here. Do the divisions sit close by each other? What does this look like in the office? Is there a room that, separates you both? Tell me more about that.
Yeah. So we have tech here, and tech, it is separated. It actually was combined, but because of COVID, we kind of kept our distance from each other. So they actually now separated it during the renovation. So we are separated, but we have pretty much the entire floor of the office building. So
yeah, no big deal. Yeah, no big deal. The whole floor of the office building, whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I love it.
We have a lot of snacks too. That's
another plus on top of the putting.
Like that's a really good benefit of our office.
I'm like, with the basketball hoops and all the sporting equipment, like you're gonna get hungry. Like you need beverages and food there. Yeah, right. I love it. Speaking of staffing, I know, coming from the campus recruiting side and just corporate recruiting in general, even career fairs that you've been at, we see a lot of people maybe not know about staffing or come up interested. I mean, how would you describe staffing in your role?
Um, so like I said in the beginning, I really liked the talent acquisition piece, and that's why I wanted to go into that, is because I liked being able to help people and businesses. So it's still that kind of same thing where you're helping people, but it's also sales. So that's my favorite part about it. And seeing candidates get really excited about jobs and thanking you for helping them find jobs. That's probably the most rewarding part about it. And the part that really, I would say, encourages me to keep going. So that's probably my favorite part about it. And if you're looking into it and want a little bit more of the relation aspect and helping people aspect, that's you can go to staffing.
Yeah. St. Louis office in particular.
Yeah.
Love it. Han, so, were you sales driven right out of, coming out of your master's program or even undergrad? Or did you learn to like sales because of those relationships?
I had a few when I was at Mizzou. I was like a campus coordinator for a t-shirt company. So I had a little bit of sales experience doing that, but it was never really my intention to get into sales related roles. But yeah, I feel like it's one of those jobs that once you get into it, you learn to love it, and you learn the more you're in it, the easier it becomes, the longer you're here.
Yeah, just like anything, right?
Yeah.
Just like anything. It does have its awesome rewards and, yes, challenges, but every job has its.
Yep.
So definitely agree with you. So, I mean, rolling off of that, what makes a great hire, would you say? I mean, what qualities do you look for of people who come through into your company, or even people that you meet at campus fairs?
Yeah. I would say the self-motivation part of it, because if you don't have that drive to keep, going, there's a lot of hurdles in the job, and you have to be able to overcome those hurdles, and you have to be able to handle it and keep going. That's been the hardest part for me, for sure, overcoming those, hills.
Yeah.
And it does get easier, but you have to at least have that drive to want it, and be driven to keep meeting your goals.
Well said. So, okay, Hannah, hypothetically, if you met someone that was a little, reserved or maybe even shy, but they were like dead set on sales, do you have to have an outgoing personality to be within this job?
No, I don't think. I mean, I don't think so. I think, it depends. If you want to be in sales, you're going to have to talk to people a lot.
Yep.
So if you're okay with that and you're a little bit more reserved, then I think, they would be a good fit. I mean, it just depends on the person. And again, I think it really does come into that being driven by wanting to keep getting starts and not letting, the people that walk off the job, not letting that get to you. So
definitely well said. And I think that's a big thing that people think about when they hear staffing. They think about, I have to be outgoing, I have to do all of this. But we have so many great leaders and success stories from people that, are a little bit more reserved, but they're killer on the phone, and when talking to people, they just have a passion for that sales side. So that's awesome. I guess I want to ask more about your team atmosphere for those that are candidates who might be tuning in, wanting more information about that St. Louis office. So with staffing in your role as that staffing consultant, is it more team oriented or individualized work? Tell me more about that atmosphere.
Yeah, I would say we're both. And I would think many offices are like that. I rely a lot on my team. So Alicia, my manager, has done a lot for me, and she's my motivator for sure. So having her on my team is just, it's so nice, because when I get down, I can go to her, and you kind of need that sometimes, because like I said, the lows can get low sometimes. So having someone there for you is super helpful. And so I would say team, but we're also, like I said, very competitive. So we all want to do good as a team, and we all support each other, but we also, strive to hit our individual goals. We'll also do contests between our teams to see who can get the most starts, or have the most traction. And that's kind of motivating sometimes too. So yeah, I would say both.
So fun, so fun. And
Yeah.
I think we've all experienced this in staffing, like, lows of the lows, highs of the highs. And Emily, yes, Alicia and Hannah, they are the dream team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Alicia. She is amazing manager, especially under you, as well as Kyle on that financial side as well. So props to both of them. But, moving forward, the managers in the office, Alicia and Kyle, how would you describe their management style? I know you said they're your biggest motivators in a sense. I mean, how would you describe the managers within your office and just at Beacon Hill?
Yeah. So I'll be pretty candid too with that, because I think it's funny. Whenever I first joined Beacon Hill and I met Alicia, at first I didn't know if we would click, just because I'm very bubbly and she's very straightforward, and I can be sensitive sometimes. So I was like, oh man, I don't know if this will work. It was the best thing ever, because we have different styles, but she knows my style and I know her style. And it's super awesome that we can, bounce ideas off of each other, and we both know each other's styles of communication. And it's really worked out really great for me personally too, because dealing with different personalities, I'm able to understand people more in general, for future roles, for, the outside world, that kind of thing. So yeah, we're all very, I would say, close knit. Our office is pretty small too. So we have, I would say, around 10 people in the office. And so we all, I would say, get along pretty well.
Awesome. Yeah. That's so fun.
Yeah.
So fun. You said it very well. And just to clarify, Hannah, 10 people on the financial side. And do you know how many are on that tech side as well?
I don't. I'll be completely honest. I don't. I know it's more than us, but
we have
a pretty small.
Yeah. I was going to say the technology division at Beacon Hill is always, a bit larger than other divisions. So, but sitting in the same office, it makes for more relationships to be built and people to learn off of. So
yeah, of course. And I actually referred one of my friends to tech. So she's working in tech now, which is really cool. And she's joining us on the campus visit to Mizzou, which will be fun. So.
Yes, looking forward to it. It's right around the corner. I'm like ramping up again. Yeah,
I'm excited. I love Mizzou. Any excuse to go back there.
Such a cool college town. And I think, shout out to St. Louis Financial, you guys had a new person starting this past January.
Yes.
That graduated from Mizzou in December 2022.
Yep. Ty just joined us a few weeks ago on my team with Alicia. So I'm excited that our team's growing, and he's already hitting the phones. He's gotten a few interview requests already. So yeah, it's going good.
Yeah. You hit the ground running when you come in. Yeah. And that's the awesome thing about that individualized training.
I warn people, and not in a bad way, but it's like, that's the best way to learn, is just getting thrown, into it. And that's the best way I learned. And just, forcing yourself to get out of your comfort zone, which is always hard at first, but then it becomes easy. So
yeah, great. Well, thank you so much, Hannah. You have given us so much insight. Before I let you go, we're going to kind of wrap up with an inspirational question for you to answer.
Oh gosh.
What would be the biggest personal lesson you've learned just being in staffing?
Okay, that's a lot. So
I know, right? The list.
That's a hard one. I really have learned a lot about myself, with staffing, and that's what I was told when I started, that I'm going to learn a lot about myself, and I did. I've learned a lot of my weaknesses, which is, it's hard to hear, but, it's great because I've been able to combat them. And like, one thing I, have talked about recently with my goals is a mindset thing, and changing my mindset has just helped me so much in this job. And I never really realized that in any other job. So just having that mindset, instead of focusing on all the ends you're going to have this week and the bad things that happen and the people that didn't get the jobs, focus on what you can do, and you can interview, talk to as many people as possible to get those back up. And it really, I can even tell you firsthand experience, it really does work, and that's one thing I've learned recently that's actually going to help me for the long run. So,
well, you just inspired everybody, whether they're in Beacon Hill or outside, thinking about staffing. So
Right?
thank you, Hannah.
You're welcome.
I love it. Well, so well said. I can't thank you enough for just explaining the St. Louis office, the financial division in particular, and just joining me on this fun Instagram live for our, Thursday afternoon. I really appreciate it. And thank you. Yeah. Thank you to all of our viewers who tuned in. This will be on our page as well to go back to and refer to. So thank you, everybody. We're going to be ending it shortly here.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
See you later.